Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answer to human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2.5-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers. And you can transform your life right now on VCMG in South Florida. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2.5 hours, listen and call in toll-free 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube and share love and light.
on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, all across the nation at 866-972-7247. I'm so glad to be connecting with all of you all across the nation. Such a powerful time we're here to have as we take a look at how one door can close and spirit can open another door. Things are always changing. We've all begun to notice that. There's a pattern here. But what if there's something that shifts and changes unexpectedly, and you're not expecting that slam of the door, that it's done? You know, I think this week has been a record week for breakups. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I'm hearing Neil Sedaka in my head singing, "Breaking up is hard to do." It has been a rough week. People just suddenly deciding, whoop, break up, whoop, break up. It's been a big issue. And usually the other person isn't expecting it. So catching people off guard. Then when we look at the relationship, that door's closing, maybe for a reason. Maybe there's something else, something better, something new on the horizon for that person or the other person. And there are opportunities that can be embraced. But when you're in the throes of a surprise, a door slamming in your face, or losing your job unexpectedly, I had someone else tell me that they were planning to have a session with me. They were trying to figure out the day. And they were looking at their schedule. We were looking at our schedule. So it was a little back and forth. And all of a sudden, they cleared out the department. Her department, gone. So suddenly, she became much more flexible for her appointment. But interestingly enough, and I found this very interesting, she was already uncomfortable. She was already dissatisfied with the job. She was already experiencing things that just were not aligning with her. She wasn't feeling like she was being appreciated, and things weren't moving in the direction that she could grow. And financially, she knew she was worth more. So she had all these thoughts, but she, of her own accord, hadn't made the change on her own. Perhaps that's what we would have discussed had she and I spoken prior to the big layoff. But she didn't make the move. And so the universe, hearing her dissatisfaction, hearing her disappointment, feeling her frustrations, said, oh, well, the door's going to close. Now, it's unexpected to her, but clearly there was a plan, and there was a reasonable reason why this department closed. And, you know, that writing was on the wall, and it was something that was meant to happen. So nothing happened in the department just because of her. But she had a feeling. She had a sense. She felt the disconnect. She felt the dissatisfaction. She could have been looking already, but she wasn't ready to do that. So she, of course, was preparing to seek counsel, right? Me being the counsel. And we just didn't connect in those 3 days before it happened. But we were scheduled to connect rather quickly. So it's how life unfolds. I read someone today earlier, and we were talking about her son. And her son's very brilliant and does a fabulous job at his job. And he loves his job. He doesn't like the people. Can you relate to that? Does anyone else relate to that? I like my job, but the people, good Lord. And we were talking about that. And I tried to explain to her, and I'm going to share this with all of you as well, what you think about creates a reaction in the universe. And when we are focused on dissatisfaction, the universe hears that we're dissatisfied. Now, remember, the universe is of light and love and peace and doesn't want to see us squirm or unhappy. And if we are unhappy, they are like, oh, the angels and guides are like, oh, it's a learning curve. They're going to learn something. This is good. But they will eventually, if you don't make the change, they will pull you out. They will find something to go on in your personal life so that it takes you out of this dissatisfied job. They will find something maybe in a health matter, or they will bring on a new employee who will pitch up a little stink. And next thing you know, you're the one getting written up and you're the one out of the job. But all along you knew you weren't happy, but you kept holding on to the heck you know because that's all you know. So I was explaining to her that this is how the universe responds when we're dissatisfied. She was sharing with me that her son was excited about the work he did, but whenever he talked about the job and the interactions at work, he was very angry and dissatisfied, and he expresses that, and he just gets all worked up. And I told her, please tell your son, careful how you talk about the job that you say you love. Learn to deal with the people. Learn to be like a duck. Learn to let it roll off your back. Don't let them see you sweat. And apparently there's an age difference. He's very young and enthusiastic and knowledgeable. And then there's a nice clique of people who've been there who are significantly older than he is. And they're in their ways. They're used to each other. And he's the new kid on the block. Well, we all know the new kid in the school, the new kid on the block. You kind of get that pushback from people from time to time. But this is a little bit more overt and problematic, yes. But if you don't want to leave your job, because he doesn't want to leave the job, he wants to stay. He's got a plan. Now, God laughs at he who has plans, but he has a plan for his job. And so in his mind, he's going to stay for another 2 years. Well, I said to her, if he plans on staying for 2 years, he better change his attitude. Otherwise, he's going to give off a vibration that's going to cause problems. And next thing you know, the job he loves may be saying goodbye to him, regardless of how valuable he is. See, so we have to mind ourselves, because sometimes we act like, oh my God, how did this happen to me? Oh my goodness, the door slammed, caught me off guard. I don't know. Oh my. And we get ourselves all worked up, right? I've been there a time or two myself, right? Very dramatic we can get. Yeah, but, chances are, if you look back, were you really happy? Was it really working? Is it what you really wanted? Is that the job you really enjoy? I try to tell people all the time, please stop complaining. Grandma used to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all. Now, I'm not asking people to not speak their truth. Listen, in the spiritual community, we're all about knowing who you are, speaking your truth. You got to pick your battles. There is a time and a place for everything. And I don't know about you, but this July, that was one for the record books. It was an interesting Mercury retrograde. Everybody had a story. It was wacky. So we've got other influences, the planetary influences, some of our own conditioned beliefs. And here we are, attracting experiences, and then bam, something happens. Friendships ended. I had people share with me, many people share with me recently, and one of them is feeling very, very lonely because not only did they lose their one friend was friends with all these other people, so basically took the whole group of them away. And this lovely young lady now feels very alone and lonely, and she lost her friend group, her posse. She doesn't have people to run with and to go places with, and she's really devastated. But maybe they weren't really her friends. I mean, think about it. If one person's miffed with you, but everybody else kind of goes with that person and kind of gangs up on you, maybe those people weren't as true a friend as we thought they were. Very possible. But she hasn't seen that yet. She's still in the mourning phase, right? When the door slams on you, you go into mourning and loss. But in this unexpected happening is a hidden blessing. And God has a whole plan for us. We just don't always know how to handle it. And sometimes we've just got to cut ties and walk away. And when you're being true to yourself, you don't owe people an explanation. You have to do what you need to do. You don't have to justify your truth. Can you be courteous and kind and say, this is what I'm feeling, or this is what I have experienced, and therefore this? Sure. I was talking to one person about, she was planning to leave her job. Perfect time to leave her job, by the way. And I was like, well, it's going to be one heck of an exit interview. Because I said to her, this is the time. Let the organization know you're on your way out the door, and you have nothing to lose by sharing your experience in a very direct but not in a victim way, not in an accusatory way, just like this is the experience and this is the environment that I found myself in. And this was a contributory factor to why I'm leaving this job. And when something else comes up, it was a much better fit for her. And it was. So we have to ask ourselves, is the door really closing because the universe wants to hurt you, punish you? The people around you want to hurt you or punish you? Or is the door slamming closed because it's got something better for you? I remember when I was in New York, and I had my very fabulous, and I had shared a bit of this story a few weeks ago. I was in New York and I had my very fabulous experience with Mary Kay Cosmetics, and I had a whole group of people that I was mentoring. I was a senior sales director. I had my pink Cadillac. I had won many cars, so it wasn't my first pink Cadillac. And suddenly I was asked to move to New Jersey. And I had shared that a few weeks ago. And so my father had asked me to make that move. Wasn't really what I wanted to do, but I made the move. And it was like the minute I made that move, one door after another closed. And of course, the first thing is, oh my God, I have made a horrible mistake. This is really bad, really bad. And that was the feeling I had, even from the minute I moved there. Like I had a really bad feeling. And then doors started to close. Things started to change. Friendships started to change. It was just a little more challenging to do my work because most of my people were in New York. So I was going from New Jersey to New York, back and forth. It was a very interesting time. And then suddenly my father got sick, and then my father passed, and it really was one door after another closing. And I think I felt lower than a pig in a poke, whatever that is, but that's just how I felt. But in that stillness, as things began to realign, which was a very painful couple of years, by the way, things realigned, and that's when I met my spiritual teacher. So that move I didn't really want to make, all those things that happened that were out of my control, that slammed one door after another, all of those things were designed to take me out of the life I was living, to put me in a different position so I could see a better version of life that God had for me. And you've got to imagine, if things are proving to be difficult in a new environment, because moving is always interesting, especially when you change states, and then you're losing your father, your grandmother, that's a lot of doors to close, right? And all these things are happening, right? And at that time I was birthing my son, and it was so much was going on. It was just mind-blowing how many things were just literally blowing up around me. And I could not see that anything good could come out of it, right? And of course, this is pre-official spiritual. I couldn't see. I could definitely feel a weird feeling, like something weird was going to happen that year, but I couldn't. There was no blessing that I could find. Well, I had my son, so that's the blessing. So let me not acknowledge that. But there was so much going on. And then from there, all these other changes came. And that catapulted me to move to another place in New Jersey. And then I kind of settled in. And I already knew my spiritual teacher at that point because I had met him in the town I was in. So I was just in a different town. And, life kind of went on. It was like the rebuild period. I was like, okay, we're good. And then I think I'm good. I'm like, you know what? I don't feel comfortable here anymore. Jersey's not for me anymore. So where do I go? And then I moved to Florida. So you think, all right, sunshine, palm trees, right? Sipping a mimosa or mojito by the pool. I've got visions of grandeur. It didn't work out that way either. Doors slammed, slammed, slammed. One crisis after another. Bam, bam, bam. How many times can we knock Sarah spiritual down? We were down. Down for the count. Went through about another 2 rough years. And I was like, really? What is happening? And now at this point, my spiritual teacher's passed. So now I'm bam, 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 down, down, down. I don't see the blessing. But in the stillness, a blessing was revealed to me. In the stillness, an inspired thought came. In the stillness, it landed me here with all of you and the whole journey. So there are times you're going to find yourself lower than a pig in a poke. You're going to find yourself down. You're not going to see your way out. The door's closed. Unless you're Superman with X-ray vision and you can see through the door, you don't know how you're going to make it. But you're going to make it. It's all part of the plan. And what is it going to teach you? It's going to teach you to be courageous. It's going to teach you to be resilient, resourceful. It's going to show you just who you are and who really is on your side. Because I'm going to tell you, if you haven't noticed, when the going gets tough, yeah, the tough get going, but a lot of people bail. They'll be there like, oh yeah, we hope you're okay. And they are nowhere to be found. Suddenly, there you are, figuring it out. Right? And people go through their own things. So sometimes you're going through something and all the other people around you are going through something. I'm sure no matter what you're going through, you can name 5 people just like that who have many things going on in their life right now. And they don't know how they're going to handle it. Seems to be a theme right now. That means God is closing a lot of doors. That means the universe is shutting things down for a reason. So that we can rebuild, restructure, realign, and really tune and tap into our faith and our true meaning, our true purpose, and once and for all heal the wounds. Because nobody knows the troubles you've seen. Get out your violin, because there are a lot of troubles you've seen. But you have to look back, and you have to take accountability. What did you do in the story? Right? What was your contributing part in everything that happened? And what put you where you were? Now, somehow you got shuttled down a path. And yes, it was a lot of free will choices. But there's always the influence of God. There's always the influence of the angels. There's always this force shuttling you along. Even if you go a little bit too far to the left or to the right, it's shuttling you along because there's something around the corner you haven't seen or something through that closed door. So Spirit is always opening another door. I remember the first time I ever heard this saying, the original saying is when God closes a door, opens a window. But when God closes a door, or when a door closes, Spirit opens another one, right? There's always another way. And I remember when I was way back, when I was in competitions, talent competitions, pageants, I remember the very first one I was in, I didn't win that one. I was first runner-up. I won all the different categories, but they didn't pick me to win. That happens. And I remember this woman looked at me and she said, God closes a door and opens a window. So she said to me, watch what happens. And that stayed with me, with me to this day. I didn't see it as a spiritual term, but I got the motivational feeling behind it at the time. And so then the next year I went back and I won. So there we are. It wasn't my time. Everything has a time. So you may be sitting there going, the door closed. I thought it was my time to shine. I thought it was my time to have a business, or I just closed the doors to my business. I just lost my business. And now what I'm going to do, or I just lost my job, or, I thought we were going to move. I thought we were going to get this house, and now we're not getting approved. And now we don't have a house. God is saving you from something. It's not just everything in the universe conspiring against you. And not everything is bad juju. Please. There is bad juju in the world. Don't get me wrong. I know it's there. But not everything is bad juju. Or I've got enemies who are praying against me. I guess we could all say we have an enemy somewhere in there. But the more attention you put on that, what are you creating? More enemies. So let them do what they're going to do. Let them pray. You're sealed off. You're in the light. You've got your good attributes. You've got your connection to the divine. Thank God for the closed door. Ask for the clarity to understand why, and the vision to see where you go next, so you can go through a different door. There's always another way. And I feel like, and we'll hear from Stacy Holler, our resident astrologer, as to what's going on in the planets, but I have a feeling there's a lot of door closing in the planets too. Because I just feel like bam, 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 doors closing, things changing, and just kind of pushing humanity forward. I know I got to push. I don't know about you, but there's a jolt just pushing you through. So if you can't go through that door, another one's going to open. Turn the corner. Find another way. God's got a plan. We've got a plan. And I've got to go through the door that takes me to commercials. I've got to go through the door that will get us back to the other door, that'll bring us back in so that we can get to talk to all of you right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah on the True Oldie Station. We love being heard all across the state, and we absolutely love the beautiful energy of you listening on Facebook and YouTube and sharing us on all your different social medias. We appreciate that as well. Catching us on Instagram and seeing us on Facebook and YouTube and just being a part of the community and just learning that we're all going through something, and everything we're going through is just a part of the evolution to take you to the best version of yourself and to align you with what universe has, God has, for your destiny. Well, we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. Stay with us. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and that's me, Sarah Spiritual. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light. There's a light.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WDJA AM Delray Beach and in Martin County on 1450 WSTU Stewart. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies Channel.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. 0956 or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
There's a light, there's a light that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light. There's a light that opens doors for everyone. Oh, there's a light that touches hearts. There's a light to open everyone to love. Help me hold the answer we are looking for. Love may open up another door of light. Oh, there's a light. Oh,
Yes, indeed, there's a light. Right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah on the True Oldie Station. So glad that you're joining us. Thanks so much for listening. We love hanging out with our friends in Miami and our friends in Port St. Lucie and all of our friends in West Palm Beach and Boca and Delray. We're just hanging out, talking to Spirit, answering questions. And we had a good time the past couple of weeks. We were dialing up and talking to our relatives and exploring memories. And now we're taking a look at what doors are shutting and how we need to find a new pathway. Really want to hear what the planets have to say on all of this, because I know that in our 8 o'clock hour, we're going to get some clarity. There's some eclipses coming, and it's just going to be a busy time, August. Part of me is like, okay, fasten your seatbelts. We are going in, right? So we are very excited to join all of you, and we do hope that you visit us at the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. I'm there on Tuesday through Saturday. There we have an array of products to support your spiritual journey. We've got crystals and oils and herbs and books and candles And we've got tarot cards and oracle cards, and we've got singing bowls. We've got so much, 2,100 square feet of stuff, all there help designed to make your spiritual journey a much clearer and pleasant experience. So we would love if you join us at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. And this Friday and Saturday afternoon, we have Calvin Cates. Calvin is doing our crystal healing bed. There, he's going to line people up on the healing bed, and the crystals are going to channel in the energy to balance your chakra and bring you into alignment for divine healing, for the divine energy of your emotional well-being, clarity of the mind. So we've got all this going on at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. If you would like to make a reservation, you could call the center, the Expedito Center, at 561-682-0955. Or you can go to the expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO, enlightenmentcenter.com. And there you can find a registration to get your appointment with Calvin Cates either this Friday or Saturday. We know it's going to be a busy time. And then I heard, Timothy Cricket's kids are going back to school already. So back to school is coming up. We've got so much going on, and school is going to be starting soon in Sarah's spiritual land because we got to get back to class. Enough pussyfooting around for the summer. We were like, all right, we're not going to teach anything in the summer. It was too hot to handle, but we're going to line back up with our spiritual classes, and I'd love to see you there. You're not local? That's okay. We have it available for you online. You can tune in on our Zoom and be a part of it. We've been doing online classes and phone-in classes since 2010, so we didn't need a pandemic to get us ready for this. And if you're local, then come on to the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love to have you join us. So be sure to check sarahspiritual.com. In the very near future, we'll be posting our classes. Well, enough of this house business here. We've got a lot to cover. We've got a lot of people to talk to. I've got my friends on Facebook and YouTube. Leave your questions in the feed. We do want to talk to you. And we've got our phone calls at 866-972-7247. And if you're on Facebook, share the page to your favorite groups, share the page to your friends, send it in a message to someone you know. Join us. And be sure to follow Sarah Spiritual on YouTube. We're going to go to our phone lines, and we've got to go to Broward County. We have Steve, and Steve is in Broward County. Thank you so much, Steve, for calling in. Glad to have you join us again.
Thank you for picking up my call. How you doing?
We're doing well. Good to connect. It is most certainly a powerful time for you. I know you just had your birthday, so belated happy birthday. And I'm sure that
Thank you.
It is going to be one for the record books because it's really about stepping into your inner power, your spiritual power, your personal power, your center of your heart, right? And being connected to things in matters of the heart, relationships, friendships, daughter relationship, love relationship. So many things centered to your heart, and this is going to be a powerful time for you. So what I want you to look for is I want you to look for the clues that feel aligned to your heart. If you feel like this person feels good, I feel comfortable with this person, that's what I want you to focus on. If you feel that this person doesn't align with your heart, you're not jiving with them, then we're going to just kind of keep our distance. We're not going to go there. My universal guides are telling me this. This is a time for you to tap into the galactic energy, the energy of the universe, to tap into your knowing, work with your angels, and work on messages. Writing down messages, some automatic writing. They want you to write down what you are thinking and feeling. And as you scribble that in your pad, they want you to be mindful of what you write. Go back and look at it later on so that you get a sense of what your guides and angels are trying to tell you. What is your question for us? What is your birthday question for us here, Steve?
Yeah, my birthday question is this. It's been a rough 2026, particularly these last 3 months, but I'm still here standing. I'm still, practicing what I'm supposed to do. I'm still focused, but It's been a rough ride, and you spoke exactly what I was just thinking a few minutes ago. I didn't even get a chance to get it out, but somehow you knew and Spirit knew. So I just want to know, what does Spirit think of me at this point?
Well, you've definitely proven to be resilient. And if anybody knows to look for another door because a door's been slammed in your face, you know it by heart, right? So you have come to the understanding that when something doesn't work and you try to jiggle the handle and kind of push the door, you know better than to try to kick it in, because that's only going to bounce back and hurt you and slam you in the face. So you've learned to step back. You've learned to observe. They're very proud of that movement that you've learned to make, so that you don't throw yourself head into a mess or get agitated or confrontational or disrupted inside of your being. So you've learned to self-soothe and calm yourself in a way that doesn't derail your spiritual journey. So you become very centered. Now, we do know that we had a loss, and that loss has hit you very hard. And that's the loss of your dog. And so that weighs very heavy with you. But your dog is in a much better place in the energy of the heavens, right? No longer in this sad, heavy energy of illness, right? So just know that you did all that you could to heal your dog. And now your dog is in this beautiful energy surrounded all around you. And I know that that was a blow, because it was like losing your best friend. And so just know that your dog is at peace. And that was a contributory factor. I know there were many things that happened in these very recent past months, but this is one of them we know that hit you particularly hard. We do feel that you're coming out as we move you in this direction forward, and you're coming out of this abyss, this dark hole of one thing after another, and you felt like you were buried alive, and now you're digging through the rubble and coming up. And as you evolve, Spirit has more connections, more experiences to bring you. I do feel that financially, even though things may look off, you are going to be fine. And I do feel that everything will be placed in front of you at the perfect time.
Well, thank Spirit for me, because I got a new pet. I got a new best friend. So
Good.
A girl dog this time, finally.
Good. And what is your dog's name?
Ashleen, Ashleen. It's an Irish name.
Ah, Ashleen. Well, there you go. So I'm sure your other dog is enjoying that playful moment as well as you play with your new pup. So just know that you are very protected.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Belated happy birthday, Steve. Thank you for your call, and thank you for listening all these years, right? It's been, I think, 823 live shows, and rumor has it you only kind of sort of missed one, and otherwise you've been here for all of them, so we greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 866-972-7247. We're so glad to have the opportunity to talk to you. If you haven't picked up the phone, please pick it up. If you're getting a busy signal or it's just calling and ringing, then keep trying, because we'll get you in, because I am committed to get to as many calls as possible tonight and see what doors might be closing around in your neck of the woods, because Lord knows there's a lot of closed doors. We're going to go to Delray Beach. And in Delray Beach, I've got Michelle on the line. And Michelle, how are you? Good to have you here.
Hello, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to make this connection this evening with you, and to tune into your guides and your angels, and to offer you what you need tonight. I do want you to be aware of the connections with people being very important to you, not to isolate yourself, to be very focused and connected with everyone that you treasure, and that this day is your birthday, and it's a very special day. So your guides and your angels wish you a very happy birthday, particularly your guardian angel, who slid right in with you, and is, when you're ready to leave the planet, they're sliding out with you. So you've got a friend for life, and that's your guardian angel. So we wish you a very happy birthday today, and know that this opens up pathways of new connections with people, and really just kind of feeling the love and really feeling the importance of the people in the circle of life that you share, and the connections that people can bring you to lead you to other opportunities, because I feel like there's so much more still coming for you. You're not done with life yet, for sure. There's quite a bit for you to handle in the future. And this takes me to opportunities with people and financial opportunities. So, Michelle, it's really meant to take you to the next level. Michelle, what is your question for me tonight?
Well, actually, today is my birthday, like you said,
Yes.
and I was just curious what you see for me, because I keep seeing a lot that this is a good year for me. A lot of opportunity. I'm going to finally get to where I want to be, but I still feel stagnant. And
Yes.
I don't know if there's something you can see or something you know, or maybe my angels are telling you something, but I'm really trying to find my place.
Understood. And this year, your birthday year, is opening that up for you. And finding your place involves networking, connecting with people, and creating opportunities and letting people open doors for you, right? So essentially, everything that you just asked was everything that I said in my opening message to you. It is a good
Right.
year for you. It is a movement forward year. Stuck in stagnation, this limitation, is really the appearance, the illusion of uncertainty and the conditioned mind of what else is there and how far you've come, but now you just don't see what's in front of you, right? Because it has not been revealed. I do feel that this sense of being stuck and stagnant is going to begin to shift as the closer we get to September. Things will start to feel like they're moving for you. There's something about work and money. Do you have a question about work and money, please?
Well, yeah. Right now, I have somebody that left to give their 2-week notice, and I'm not sure where I'm going to be. I've been there for a year and a half, and I'm trying to get myself in a better position there. But it's like I'm not sure if this. I know this is going to be my last thing I'm going to do because I'm done moving around trying to find a job. And I just want it to be a positive experience, you know, and that I'm going to be compensated well, and I'm a hard worker, and I just want to make sure that this is the right place for me to be at this time.
All right. Well, you did just say that you want it to be your last spot, right? So I want you to pay attention to where the dissatisfaction is and give some notice to that, only because maybe it's an undertow within yourself that's kind of creating a wobble of some things are feeling familiar, similar to places you've been before, right? And one thing we'll learn is that people are people, and many experiences will repeat themselves because, you know, I've come to this understanding that, especially if people haven't done their work on themselves, where do people spend the most time in the course of their day, right? Their workplace, right? It's about 8 to 10 hours that you're trapped with a whole group of people. And if they're not evolved spiritually and emotionally, it can be interesting because another 8 hours of their day or somewhat of that is spent supposedly sleeping. And then there's a few hours to get to work and a few hours to get home from work, and then all of our errands and our chores. So when are people doing work on themselves? You know, it's kind of a stretch there. So most of your time is spent with the company you keep at your job. So you need to identify what is uncomfortable for you and see how you can interpret it differently so that you can enjoy and make this be your last hurrah. But because of your networking and your connections with people, and I'm not, you know, God laughs at he who makes plans. Yes, it can be a good opportunity for you, but I do feel like you may get another offer, another opportunity that could be even better and even more financially well for you. So don't close yourself off. Don't you close the door so that you don't know that there's another opportunity if you walk down the hallway, right? So just be open to possibilities this year because there are opportunities, and you may not have to stay where you are not because you're knocked off and kicked out. It's because there's something else coming for you. And that's totally up to you. You have your free will. But I do feel that 2027 then brings in a really powerful amount of abundance. And the money that flows to you is as a result of work and dedication and being compensated. So be it there or somewhere else, those things that you desire are in your immediate future and they are available for you. But do please pay attention to the warnings that make you feel uncomfortable. Where are they coming from? And is this something that is a condition at the work environment that's never going to change because this is how they run things and it's a toxic environment? Or is this just a particular person and I can avoid them? Evaluate it, not analyze it in your mind. Evaluate it with your soul and ask yourself, what do I need to learn here? What do I need to see about myself? And it will be much more rewarding and easy to manage and to navigate if you do this. So it's a very important journey for you. This year is about some fun, connections with people, not just about work. So we really want you to make this be a spectacular, fun year as you prepare yourself for the final hurrah of the work environment, so that then you can have a bigger picture as to what you can do in your free time when we're done with all this workplace.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I see that. That's what I want. I just,
Good.
I've decided at this point in my life, I want to enjoy my life. I want to go out there and do whatever. There's no limitation, because I always limit myself.
Good.
And I feel like I'm in a new phase in my life, and I just want it to be a more positive phase and have no negativity around me.
Oh, well, yes, well. Welcome to the world. When you master no negativity around you, then although you can mitigate a lot of it, and the more you say it doesn't happen in your world, the less it happens, right? Anyone who knows me, I have this statement I say, in Sarah's spiritual world, that doesn't happen. And they look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm like, no, because I don't entertain it. I don't allow that energy around me. I create my own vortex of energy. So it takes a lot for little things to kind of disrupt the flow, because I've got a system of energy. Interestingly enough, they are also talking about you taking a trip. Are you planning to take a trip?
I mean, I'm going up to New York in October, but next year, I have a trip to Mexico and a trip to North Carolina.
Okay. Well, they're talking about your trip to New York, because I see a trip, and that is a trip. We're getting on a plane. We're going to New York, right?
Yes.
So I do see that trip coming.
Yes.
It's going to be a good trip. They're talking about that. And there's people in New York that you're connecting with, people you know, family, yes? Is that correct?
Not family, good. Well, they're good enough friends to feel like family.
Considered family. Okay, great. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, Michelle, we wish you a very happy birthday today. So happy that we had this
Thank you.
opportunity to speak to you. We appreciate your listening to the show. And, well, make it a good one, honey.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You too. Have a great day.
Thanks. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. We're going to check in with our friends on Facebook and YouTube when we come back. But at this moment, we're going to take a look at our commercials and then pop on back to go to our Facebook friends, our YouTube friends. So put that in the feed, and then we're going back to the phone lines at 866-972-7247. I sure do want to hear from you. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your song?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. And we're going to visit our friends on Facebook and YouTube and see what questions we have there before we go back to the phone line. So if you have not joined the conversation, tonight's the night you want to pick up the phone. We're going to go to Facebook and we're going to see who's got a question for us in our Facebook page and our YouTube page and see what's going on. We have Ariana Rose, and she says, a master of doors closing and opening. Feels like door is opening wide right now. Now that the musicals and the plays I write, what can Spirit tell me about more doors opening for my upcoming trip to California and for a reading of my musical, and then on to New York, work with another composer. And another musical, perhaps? Let's see here, Ariana Rose. So, yes, doors are opening, and it's actually a very interesting time for you. And when I look at this timing for you, this energy is really about business, work, opportunities, go, 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 go. So it's also a carryover, some networking and connections that you made at the end of 2025, coming into 2026, and everything that's been moving for you. So Ariana Rose, we're so glad that you are moving forward and doing this. I do feel that there's going to be some good connections made from your trip to Cali, so do enjoy that trip. And I feel like the musical is going to be seen favorably. I feel like there might be some things that will be some suggestions as to how it can be better articulated, or something that someone is looking to see a little differently. But I do feel like this reading is going to really play in your favor, no pun on words, your musical play, but it's going to be a good one. So we also feel that working with someone else in New York is another possibility. So I do feel doors opening for you. And if something doesn't really open all the way, just let things unfold. Do not push. This has been a work in progress. I know it's been a long time coming, but you know, this has been a percolating success that the universe is seeking the right people to be a part of your blessing and your gift that you have come to bring to the world. So thank you, Ariana Rose, for your question. And we send you many blessings and the support of the angels and guides as you make your journey to your destinations. And be sure to pray Psalm 27 so that you're well received wherever you go, and Psalm 23 for your protection. Thank you so much. Let's grab one more from Facebook and YouTube for this moment before we go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. And we've got Joe Thorne in the house. Joe, thanks so much for joining us here on Facebook. And we know that you've been a fan of the show for a very long time, so we are appreciative of that. And we know that you've been following us, and we wanted to acknowledge that here as we are on our 823rd live show. So thank you, Joe. He says June was HE double chopstick hell for him, and he is still pondering what the message is from the difficult experience. And does his parents have any messages for him? Well, you are going through a difficult time because it's also part of a cycle that you happen to be in. And June into July was challenging for many people, but I know you went through your own unique experience here. And I feel like you got gut punched one thing after another. So we are going to come out of this. I do feel things moving in your favor. They're telling me to tell you, your parents are telling me to tell you, be mindful of your health, take better care of yourself, make sure you're getting your rest. I feel like there's something important that we need to tend to in the physical body, Joe, and, trust, be of faith, and know that everything's going to work out. When I move you into September, I feel like we are really in a much better place. And if people are giving you a hard time and they are not being supportive in your circle, then when they show you who they are, you're going to believe them, and you're going to start to streamline and move forward and do what Joe needs to do for Joe. This is Joe's time. We are on the path of a new beginning, a fresh start for you. Your wonderful birthday that just passed is really something that is really meant to open up a lot of new beginnings for you, a lot of doorways. And sometimes as we're closing one chapter of life and beginning a whole new segment, things do get a little dicey, hairy, disturbing. So we're sorry you went through a lot in June, Joe, but you are going to be fine and things are going to move forward. Your mother is really giving me this sense of gratitude and energy, and she's saying thank you for all that you have done and all that you do. And please know that you're acknowledged. Mother is saying thank you. Thank you, Joe, for your Facebook question. Bye for now. Whew, that's a mouthful. We're going to go to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. Sometimes spirit comes flying through me so fast I can't move my mouth fast enough to get the words out as I hear them in my head. And so we're going to go to Heather, and Heather is in West Palm Beach. Heather, how are you doing tonight? Good to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Miss Heather, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, wonderful, Heather. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
What's your question for us? I know we've had some doors closed recently that have been not enjoyable, and you're like, what is going on? Right? You're like, what?
Yes. Yes. So it's interesting because I feel like I have this energy around this family member who has passed.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep it's like kind of objects that I keep seeing reappear and stuff, and I just wanted to know if that's like a sign that they're around me or if that's just more coincidental.
Oh, honey, there are no coincidences. Everything is orchestrated by the universe and our frequency and our energy. No. Coincidence is a man-made word, right? So if thinking of this person and these things align and manifest and appear and reappear, right, in different spots, you're like, wait a minute, I thought that was over there. Now this is here. What is happening? This is truly their connection with you, so that you know that you are loved and protected and that they are with you. And you've been talking about or to this person for a while now, yes? We've been talking about them?
Yes.
Right, a lot of conversation about them is what I hear, yes?
Yes.
And is this person connected on mom's side of the family, please? Do we connect this person on the mother's side of the family?
Yes, it is on her side.
Okay. Yeah, because someone's standing on the side of mom's side of the family, connected, looking down on you. I cannot see if they're male or female. Their energy is not depicting who they were as a human being, but definitely looking after you, definitely on the mother's side of the family. And interesting. Is there a circle necklace that you have? The necklace is like a circle.
Yeah.
I would almost call it a locket because it just reminds me of that ovally kind of shape. But you have a circle necklace. Is this connected to that side of the family or that person, or do you recognize, is that a memory of that person? Thank you so much. Okay, so they're acknowledging that. They're showing me that. I get to draw a circle, so that was so exciting for me. Thank God I'm not an artist, but. So they're acknowledging that here. So is that female energy, please? Is that mom's mom? Is that who I have here?
Yes.
Okay. Now, interesting, Heather, is your grandfather also passed as well? There's a man over there on the other side near her as well.
Yes, my mom's father
Your
as
mom's
well.
father. Your mom, okay, because
So,
I've got grandma and I've
her
got
husband.
grandpa. Okay, great. So I got the grandfather. And it's so funny, when you were first started talking, he's the one who ran up. I wrote grandfather, but I knew that wasn't the person that was giving you the signs, but grandfather had to stand in the front of the line. I was like, Grandpa, we are not talking about you. I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about someone else, right? And there was grandma standing off in the distance, and she was just her energy self. And I'm like, well, you need to tell me if you're male or female. I need to know where I'm going to place you, besides on mom's side of the family, right? And then grandma came up front closer because she's realizing that grandpa is like overshadowing her. She was not having that, honey. So that's when she started talking to me about this necklace here, right? So very, very loving energy, very attentive energy. And if somebody was a fan of yours, she was a fan of yours. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. So I know we're on the job hunt. Keep keeping on. It is coming. Something's coming. We're going to keep going.
Okay.
I just want you to trust this process. I know it's been a long process. I have quite a few other people that are just so laboriously looking for work. It's just like, they're like, oh my God, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know it's definitely interesting. And the interview process, the response time, it's just kind of horrific these days, but it'll help you line up with the perfect opportunity. Heather, do you have a recruiter or anyone assisting you in this process, or are you doing it all on your own?
I've recently reached out to a couple of recruiters, and only maybe 5 or 6 of them I reached out to, and only 2 of them reached back out to me, but it was only if something comes up, we'll let you know, which is kind of just I don't know, nothing too great, I guess, but.
Right. But now that at least they know your name, right? And you can keep in touch with them and say, hey, still hanging here. Let me know. And trust that experience, right? Somebody's going to come through for you.
Yes.
All right, Heather. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm so glad. Yes.
Yeah, just quickly, I actually had, because I see my grandfather's car a lot, which is kind of what I was thinking of in the back of my mind. And I saw his car 5 different times today when I was out doing errands. Yes.
So, but
every
no wonder...
time I'm out, I always see that.
All right. So it was his sign, right? Because he came running up to the front, but I just was feeling your grandmother's energy was really, really strong. So grandfather was giving you a sign recently, yes, but grandma has her own set of signs for you as well. Is that also true?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So, but we saw what was grandpa's car? Now we got to all look for grandpa's car. What is it?
He had a gold Lexus sedan. It was a 2008. It was a little older, but I saw different models in the same color as I was driving by, and it's not a car I see on the road all the time, a white car or something like that. So every time I see it, I always tell my mom, I'm like, that's Poppy. That's what I called him. So.
All right, well, Poppy, no wonder you had to cut to the front of the line, running up like you're all that in a bag of chips. Well, obviously you are in a gold Lexus, Poppy, so we appreciate that. So glad your grandpa was able to pop through. But describe that necklace that Grandma's referring to for me, if you would.
Sure. I think my mom has it, and that's the one that comes to my head. I'm sure there's other jewelry as well, but I think it's like a gold, like circular locket.
Thank
type
you.
thing.
Yeah, that's what I see. Yes, yeah. Yeah, you might want to
Okay.
get that out. You might want to go dig that up and see if it's something you can throw on a chain with another thing on a chain or something. Because that seemed really important to her for some reason. Or maybe we need to put a picture in there if we can. I know lockets are a little
okay.
kind of a little dated, or people don't really wear lockets anymore. But she's very proud of something that looks like that. So go ahead and do that.
Yeah,
All
there's
right.
actually a picture of her in there. I believe my mom has that inside the locket.
No wonder she want. Well, girl, you got to carry Grandma on your neck here. Come on,
Yes.
take her with you everywhere you go. Right. So
Yes.
good to connect with you, my dear, and thank you for the confirmation of what I was receiving from them. I'm always very appreciative when they come through and show me what we need to know, so that you know that you're not alone. And go, Poppy. He's the man in the gold Lexus. So we appreciate that. All right. Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
Sarah. I
Thank you for your
appreciate
call.
it.
All right. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. As we say goodbye to Heather, we got to keep on moving here because we got a lot to cover here tonight, because we are going to get to as many calls as possible. And we've got Stacy Holler coming at the 8 o'clock hour as we go to rock around the astrological clock and see what's happening for all of your astrological signs. So if you know someone who's interested in what the planets have to say for their personal astrological sign, if they're looking for their horoscope for August, tell them to tune in right here on the True Oldie Station with Sarah Spiritual and Stacy Holler. But for this minute, we are easing down the road here, and as we go cruising down the road, we're going to go to Hollandale. I got Joey on the line. Joey, how you doing tonight?
Spiritual, I came to give you some praise and thank you. I
great.
really align with a lot of my clients are having separations, but as a destiny reader, I can see their destiny and who they're going to be with.
Yeah.
And I've been getting used to seeing my destiny. So from crying two shows ago, I felt very vulnerable. I had stitches in my hair. In my eyes. I had my eyes lifted. I'm getting younger by the minute. And now I'm working, Spirit's got me working like a country club. I have a client or two that I'm using my wand to transform their life and cut away the karma that they don't need to go through as much as I can. And it's not just me, it's God doing it through me. Is this going to continue this way? Because I feel, Sarah, you've taken me from crayons to perfume. And when I'm listening to your show, I listen to different songs, like just like you do. Like I heard, maybe this time it's going to happen.
Yes,
maybe this
that's a good song.
time it'll stay. I'm also attracting a beautiful love with the most beautiful green eyes. Oh my God, crystal clear. And I almost feel like I'm an angel swooping in to take people out of that tunnel vision when they get freaked out.
Yeah.
And I had to see the darkness in order to know how to get myself out of that.
Yeah, and now you have empathy, right?
You
so
always
you
know,
understand that.
when I move something, you used to tell me when I first met you, when I move something in my house, if I move this elephant and I put it here, it's because it's going to do something. Sometimes I Google it.
Right.
I mean, you told me some times ago that Joey, once you got to connect on a daily basis with God's version, that I will be unlimited. Is that where I'm at?
You're on that
Is
way.
that
Yes,
where
you're
we
on
are at?
you're on
And
the
by the way-
road. Yes. You know,
And I want to support a lot of people. Go ahead. Let me shut up.
it's we're talking about music, right? And I know that song. Maybe this time I'll be lucky. Maybe this time he'll stay. Maybe this time, for the first time, love won't hurry away. right? So that's where you're in. But what I see here is that there's another song that came to me when you were talking about, is that where I'm at? Is that where I'm going, right? I hear this song, long and winding road that leads to your door. It's right there, right? So everything is taking you right to where you want to be. And I think the reason why they gave me that song is because, we're talking about doors closing and doors opening. And, you've had a lot of doors close and you felt isolated and sometimes rejected and alone, not from your spirit guides and your angels, but just kind of the way life was handling things right around you and things financially, you'd be like, okay, we're going to be okay. No, we're crashing again. Oh, we're going to be okay. We're crashing. Oh my goodness, we're crashing and we're all alone. Oh my God, right? Now you're singing all by myself, don't want to be, right? So you got all these things going on with you.
Right.
But it's this wave, right? And I say this to you and I say it to everyone. We all have waves. We all have emotions. We're here to learn to navigate that. And sometimes they hit you really hard. And you really feel like the universe, God, and some of your own choices have you just being thrashed on the rocks, right? And so you've been thrashed around enough that now you can kind of come up, like Yemaya, like the goddess of the ocean, right? Just kind of come up from the depths of despair and rise up, right? And hold this beautiful shell in your hand. And in the shell holds all the secrets that you need. But you have to go through it all to understand that if you don't release the hurt, the pain, the disappointment, the missing of people who are no longer here, all of these emotions, the fear, the anxiety, all the thing that grabs hold of everybody at one point or another, then it's hard for you to stay aligned. It's hard for you to stay on track, right? And so now when you start to feel yourself wobble, because that's the course of life, you're going to be like, oh, no, I'm not going there. I'm going to stay aligned, right? Because you're getting ready to be ready. So are you there? Not yet, but you're almost there. And you're on the path that leads you to the door where you belong, okay? And with whom you belong. And with the abundance that you desire and the lifestyle that you desire. So it's all coming together. So you have to trust the experience, Joey.
It's a prayer that I asked for a long time ago. I said, God, take everything that I've learned in my life and put it together that it can be my employment. And I'm doing it directly from my kitchen. Sometimes I'm texting questions, answering questions from a text message, laying on my sofa. And I love the country club. I used to work at a country club for 5.5 years. And I left there knowing, just like you left Mary Kay, knowing that something better was coming. And I went on doing Reiki. I went on doing beautiful murals like you have in your store. And it's like, now I'm the artist. I create perfumes. I make miracles happen. And people tell me life is changing. But when I came back from surgery, I didn't want people to see me all bloated. And then I didn't have to go on camera. I've been working on a regular basis ever since. And I got vulnerable when I called you and I was crying, and you unblocked me when I realized I'm not having a dad. Sometimes, and I notice that now how I handle my customers, and I get them out of that tunnel vision. Correct. And a lot of relationships that even 38 years of marriage is going apart because God wants this planet. I'm a prophet. My gift is prophecy. And what I see for this world is that God wants people that are equal, no more abuse. No matter how much it's going to hurt to change, but the transformation is wonderful. And I'm here to make it easier. And that's why it takes me a whole week of unlimited scanning, removing whatever's going to block you the best I can. And then I'm going to go to also, so it's not only healing, it's like I also have psychology. So I tell everybody, I always ask God, when I go on your show, help me help myself, but also help other people. And Tara, what we're seeing is a beautiful part of life. The doors that are opening are wonderful. And I'm daring to tell people the things that I didn't want to hurt their feelings and tell them the whole truth. But I see it. And now I was ordained years ago as a priest in the order of Melchizedek. And I was shy to say that, but I'm not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore. And I don't
Because
know.
it's
I mean,
part of
not everybody works with that.
But it's your magic. It's your bag of magic tricks. But for this minute, Joey, we have to pop off because we have to grab a couple calls before we get to Stacy. But we appreciate your calling. We're so glad that you're on the upswing, and go on the road because it's leading to where you belong. Thanks so much, Joey. We appreciate you and your following. God bless you. Bye for now.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. And if you're on hold, please don't hang up because we will get to you. We're going to go from Hollandale. We're going to keep heading south. Yeah, I'm in Boca. We went to Hollandale. Now we're going to Miami. And I got Amanda on the line. Amanda, how are you doing?
I'm navigating changes, a lot of changes coming. How are you, Sarah?
I'm good. And, change is a good thing. Change forces us to grow. And change is necessary, particularly in your storyline. And even if you don't have all the answers, what the Spirit wants you to know is that the necessary moves are being made to meet the reality that you wish to create for yourself. Even if all the pieces are not in place and the puzzle is not complete and we cannot see the whole picture, it is not for you to think that it's not going to get complete, because it will. But we have to begin with making some major moves, and these major moves and major changes were not completely reliant on you. They were also reliant on others. And now that they are getting ready to unfold and these moves are happening, it frees you up to think. It frees you up to breathe. Now you may say, but Sarah, spiritual, I think I'm running out of time. Honey, all you got is time. And I don't want to hear that we don't think we're going to have this or that or it's not going to work. We have to just trust that the space you need is going to allow what's going to come forward so that you know the right choice, and your choice is not reactory. It's very important that when you have this quiet time that you have sought for so very long, that Amanda can hear Amanda's own thoughts and Amanda can do what Amanda wants to do and not be tied to a specific outcome because she has to accommodate everybody and everything. And if the things that you have in motion do not sustain themselves sufficiently that they arrive at your doorstep, then yes, they were not for you. Then we say, oh, but then I don't have another plan. I don't have another action. I don't have anything else in place. So I'm only left with this next move because it is inevitable. If this door closes, I am forced to do this. That is not the case. We are never forced to do anything. There is always another opportunity. You're putting too much weight in the things that you've already put in motion, and we need to trust that the universe has you where you are still for a reason. And it may not preclude moving, all right? It may include so many things, but first we've got to get through this next part. Then when we fast forward you, we will see. Still feel like it is possible that things are going to line up in a way that's accommodating. So, and if it doesn't, you do not have to do what you think is your only choice. Stop thinking in limited terms. We need to do what feels like it feels good and lines up when Amanda can finally hear herself think. Does that resonate with you?
Yes, it does.
It's a mouthful, I know. But we're almost there, honey. We're almost there. Then, que sera, sera. What will be, will be. You're not doing anything because, oh, this is my only choice. This is what I have to do. Good God. If everybody lived their life like that, we would all be in a hot mess. We cannot be reactory at this point. We need to cultivate the energy. We need to be the artist on the canvas, right? Like Joey the artist. We are going to be an artist, and we're going to create. And in the creation, you have the power to create your own miracle. You don't have to be in the order of Melchizedek to do that, right? That's the mystery schools. That's the magic. That's magical stuff. You have your own magic. You have your own mojo. You have your own area of expertise. You have your own ability to draw people in, right? I'm going to challenge you, because this is what I hear. Spirit says challenge her. Pick up the phone and make 3 phone calls that you have to follow back up on, or 3 phone calls that maybe you've put off, or Connect with 3 people you wouldn't normally connect with and see what door opens by doing that. You never know.
Okay. I will.
All right? All right, my dear. We know all will be well. We have to trust this process, as painful and agonizing and annoying as it's been. We know. And there's many people who have been in your shoes and continue to be in your shoes. So when we're in a position that we don't feel like we have control over our own life, then that pulls up fear, anxiety, uncertainty. You have to tell all of that to get behind you. It has no place. It is an illusion. And if we're in fear and anxiety and feeling as if we're stuck, we're not in alignment with the universe and God. So we cannot hear the whisper of God. So you need to sit and take all those feelings, which are valid and normal emotional feelings. I'm not going to dismiss those feelings, but I want you to take those feelings and I want you to say, you know what? That's the Amanda that used to be. This girl can do anything she wants, and she's going to make it happen. And once we clear the deck and get everybody out from underfoot, watch me. That's what you're going to say. Just watch me, people. And whatever you choose, you're going to choose because that's what you want to do, not because you're forced to do. Go make some stuff happen, all right?
Thank you so much for your message.
You're welcome, honey. All right. God bless you. Bye for now.
You too. Bye.
866-972-7247. I'm sure glad to be talking to all of you right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation. Sure love talking to you on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for sharing the page, sharing the light, sharing the love. We're going to get ready to go to commercial. And as we get ready to come back from commercial, we're going to check with Stacy and see what's going on in the planetary rotation here. And then we've got people. We've got Tiffany in Portland. We've got Elizabeth in New Jersey. We've got Julie in West Palm. Don't go anywhere. We're going to just all hang out for a minute and hear what Stacy has to say. And then we're coming right back to answer your phone calls. We're coming right back on the True Oldies, coming right back to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Don't miss a minute because Spirit's got a lot to say tonight. And they got me going. And I only had a couple of cups of coffee. So it's all them. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light. There's a light that opens doors for everyone. Oh, there's a light that touches hearts. There's a light to open everyone to love. Love may hold the answer we are looking for.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WDJA AM Delray Beach and in Martin County on 1450 WSTU Stewart. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies channel.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561 682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
To open everyone
There's a light right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah on the True Oldie Station. So glad to have you joining us tonight for our 823rd live show. Over 17 years of hanging out with all of you. And what a joy it's been. Lots of fun connecting and talking to your loved ones and your angels and your guides. And every once in a while, Spirit just giving us a little swift kick in the you-know-where just to get us going and wake us up and say, come on, everyone. Get out of your head, get out of your limitations, and just focus. And sometimes we're not focused. We miss all the messages, and then bam, a door slams in front of us. And wow, that hits us and gets us into a whole tizzy. But there's a reason for that. I kind of think a lot of doors have been slamming shut, shoveling people off to one side and the other. It's been a hot mess these past few weeks for quite a few people. You know, I've been sitting across one tier after another. I think we're going to have to start charging extra just for the tissues we've been using because it has been something off the charts. But speaking of charts, I know someone who's going to take a look at not just my chart, your chart, but all of our charts and take a look and see what is going on. And I think things are getting shaked up. We've got a lunar eclipse going. We've got a solar eclipse coming. We've got stuff happening. And it's going to really shake things up. So if you thought June and July were interesting, right? Joe Thorne was talking about his June. Other people were talking about their July. I know personally my July is one for the record books, but c'est la vie. We're in August now, so we're not going to cry over spilt milk. We're all still here. But we need to know what's coming, because if I need to fasten my seatbelt, maybe you do too, we're going to need to know. And we need to know where to look to find those clues, because there's always a clue. Always a clue. So we're going to tune in and we're going to bring on Stacey Holler of Destiny and the Stars. She's going to rock us around the astrological chart, and she's going to talk about what some of these upcoming energies are going to be, the monumental moments that are going to be impacting us all, and she's going to tell us how it affects your astrological sign. Stacey, are you here with us? Good to have you joining us.
Always here in the beginning of the month to
We're
talk
back.
about all the crazy stuff that's going on.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So, Stacey, doors closing, Spirit opening other doors. What do you got to say about that? What's happening?
You know, as always, and it happens every month, your opening has such a connection astrologically. And I was sitting here going, that's a great interpretation of exactly the eclipses that are happening this month.
Yeah.
That the things that we don't have control over, that open and close, that's what we're going to be talking about. Because the new moon, which is a total solar eclipse that's happening on the 12th, that's when sudden opportunities come and pivots come. And we're going to take a look at in every sign where those doors might open, what part of your life that might happen in. So that's kind of what, you know, a total solar eclipse is like a new moon on steroids. And we always talk about the new moons as the vision board. What do you want to make happen? What are you going to set into cycles? So with this eclipse, we're going to look at, well, what part of your life might you find your door closing in order, your door opening. And then we're going to look at the doors that might possibly close. Now, that would be the full moon, which is a partial lunar eclipse on the 28th. That's where, under a normal full moon, things come out of the blue and closings and things that shake you up. Well, during a partial lunar eclipse, it's like a full moon on steroids. So these are very powerful energies this month, but they're going to help us at least see where we might have some doors opening and closing. So it really does line up with everything you talked about. And
Wonderful.
That's why I'll give the astrological interpretation of what Spirit is saying.
Wonderful. And Stacey, where are we going to be able to see this full moon lunar eclipse? Where are we going to, or the new moon lunar eclipse? Where are we going to see that? Do you know where it's going to be?
You know, I don't know where, and that I would have to look up too. But it is the eclipse that you don't want to look at directly. Now, sometimes we can't see it from where we are, and sometimes it's during the daylight, so we might not see it. It really depends.
Okay.
But even if it's during the day, it's when the moon covers the sun. So if it is visible where you are, you have to wear those special glasses. Do not look
Yeah.
directly at it.
All right. So that's the solar
So we have
eclipse
to be careful
on
now.
August
That
12th.
solar eclipse is also in Leo, so that's a fire sign, very powerful. The full moon lunar eclipse is in Pisces. So we're going to take a look for everybody where you might see some doors opening and where closed. I also want to comment about how difficult it was for everybody during this Mercury retrograde, and we did feel it through the beginning of August. So that's with the shadow and all that energy. It was rough. And I will mention that just on the 3rd, this past Monday, Chiron went into retrograde in Taurus, which could talk about early woundings coming back to deal with, maybe about money and values because it's Taurus. So we're going through a lot of reflection time and a lot of energies pushing us that we might not expect, but is going to open up those new doors.
Well, I do have some information for us. While you were talking, I took a moment here, and it said August 12th, total solar eclipse path of totality will cross over Greenland, Iceland, northern Russia, Atlantic Ocean, and parts of Spain and Portugal. Partial eclipse will be visible across much of Europe, northwest Africa, and parts of northern North America and portions of northern U.S. So looks like it's going to be most likely not. We're not going to really see much of this for that, but that's was interesting. Yeah, and I also have come to notice that when you have an eclipse go across a particular region, then you also see a lot of things start to bubble up and change in that region as well. Have you noticed that? I mean, spiritually, I've noticed that. I don't know how that ties into the astrology, but have you noticed that, Stacy?
Well, that is mundane astrology when we tie in the energies to actually events happening on the planet. And I would expect for that to happen in those areas as well. You know, so there's no coincidences. It's going over those areas for a reason as well. Now think about it, Greenland and Iceland, there's a lot of earthly changes going on there.
Yes, there are.
So maybe we need to pay attention to that. So it doesn't surprise me.
All right.
Well,
I can't wait to hear what you've got to share with us. I know this is going to be exciting because we're all looking for changes. And yes, coming out of this Mercury retrograde, Stacy, we all need a break, right?
Yeah,
so,
right.
If we didn't break ourselves, we need a break.
I heard David Bowie changes in my head as you said that. So, yeah, we're coming to changes. Well, it's helpful to kind of know, even if you don't know exactly what's coming, just by knowing something is coming and you're going to go with the flow and have faith, that's the way you got to move forward, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's look at everybody. Now, I always mention when I go through the signs, if you know your rising sign, pay attention to that too, because many times that might have more meaning for you than even your sun sign. So we started Aries, the first sign. Now for Aries, the new moon solar eclipse on the 12th, that's in your 5th house, which is romance and creativity and children. These solar eclipses bring destined opportunities. So you might see a new relationship or some new creative project or some new exciting opportunity. Now the full moon is on August 28th. That's in your 12th house, Aries. So the 12th house is about releasing the old stuff, healing the past, and really listening to your intuition. So for you might end up really closing some doors that need to be closed. Now, Taurus, for you, the solar eclipse is in your 4th house. That's about home and family. So you might have new beginnings there, a new living situation, maybe a new family addition, changes in family dynamics. Now, the lunar eclipse for you, Taurus, that's in your 11th house. Now, that's all about friendships and networking and goals. So you might come to realize that some groups you're in just are not working for you, or a relationship might end that needed to end so you could open up for a new one waiting to come in. Gemini, your solar eclipse is in your 3rd house. That's communications, contracts, learning, speaking, writing, all important conversations. Third house could also be your siblings and the place you live, so you could get news about any of those topics that could really change your direction. Now, the lunar eclipse for Gemini, that's in your house of career. That is going to bring some professional change or a clarity about your goals. If you're thinking about, if you've been mulling what to do with your career, this lunar eclipse could bring some clarity to you. Now, Cancer, the solar eclipse for you is in your second house of money and finances. So you could create some new opportunities, Cancer, a new way to make some money, or really recognizing what you truly value. Now, the lunar eclipse for you, Cancer, is in your ninth house. That's about travel, education. Could be some legal matters coming to a conclusion. Publishing, media. You might see some changes going in a new direction in any one of those areas. Now, Leo, happy birthday, Leo. This is your month. So for you, the solar eclipse on the 12th is in your first house. This is one of the most important months for you, Leo, because this is where it's a whole new personal beginnings. What do you want? Time to reinvent yourself, launch something new, step out of your uncomfortable level and step into the spotlight. Now, the lunar eclipse for you, Leo, that's in your 8th house. That's about shared finances, intimate relationships. You might get some clarity in those areas. Might even bring you an inheritance or some money that you did not expect. Now, Virgo, the solar eclipse for you is in your 12th house. That's the house of healing, reflection, really opening up for new things to begin. So for you, Virgo, really listen to your intuition. That's where you're going to get the best information. Now, your lunar eclipse is in your 7th house of partnership. So your committed relationships are what's going to be highlighted here. There could be a turning point, whether it's in a romantic relationship or a business relationship. Now, Libra, for you, the new moon solar eclipse is in your 11th house. That's house of friends and networks and goals and dreams. So you might have some new people enter your life that really could be a connection that could open very different and new exciting doors for you. Now, for you, Libra, the full moon, that's in your 6th house of work and health. So if you've been really not having much of a work-life balance, something's going to come to a head here. You really need to, if you've been putting off those doctor's appointments, something's going to happen and you're going to have to get to it and really pay attention. Now, Scorpio, for you, the solar eclipse is in your 10th house. That's career. So this could be one of the most important months for you in terms of a promotion or a new business, changing careers or getting recognition. Now, your lunar eclipse is in your 5th house, which is romance, creativity, children, projects. So in any one of those areas, you might see a significant turning point. Now, Sag, your solar eclipse is in your house of travel and education and publishing and legal matters. It's a great month to dream big and plan new experiences to just broaden your outlook in the world. For you, Sag, the lunar eclipse is in your 4th house. That's home, family, foundation. So you might see some significant changes having to do with home and family life. Capricorn, your solar eclipse is in your house of new beginnings for shared finances, investments, inheritance, taxes, healing. Something that's been weighing heavy on you could finally get some relief. And for you, the lunar eclipse is in your 3rd house. That's important conversations, opportunities, decisions. It could even be related to your siblings or to something going on in your local neighborhood. But you'll see some important changes happening in one of those areas. Now, Aquarius, the solar eclipse for you, that's in your house of committed relationships. So new beginnings in love or partnerships, or maybe you decide that casual romance, you don't want it to be that casual anymore. You want more. So you could reach a new level of commitment. Now, your lunar eclipse, Aquarius, that's in your house of money and income. So you might get some clarity about what you're doing with your money or making new money. And Pisces, your solar eclipse is in your 6th house. That's having you look at your work and your health and your overall lifestyle. It's a great time to set forth better habits and change your work environment to something that fits you better. And for you, the lunar eclipse is in your 1st house. That's a major turning point. Something that you've been working on, Pisces, something's going to come full circle. It's going to move you to the next chapter in your life. So there you go, Sarah. We are all going to have some beginnings and endings that are going to move us to ultimately where we need to be, even if we don't get it when it's happening.
Yes, even if we don't get it when it's happening. But whatever's meant to come will come. And it's important that people practice patience, right? There's a statement that says, be of courage and wait on the Lord. So we have to be patient and courageous and trust the unfolding, because most of us lose it in the waiting process. What am I going to do? And we don't have the answer, and it takes time. You know, what you speak of, Stacy, is it begins in that energy or leading up to that energy, but there's a lag period, right? Some of what you speak of could take several weeks to months for it to actually unfold in its fullest. So we have to just all be observatory. Yes.
Well, because everything that I'm speaking about is not just about us as individuals. Everything I talked about affects other people around us. So they have their plans and their journeys and what they're working on too. So it all has to fall in at the right time in the right place, because you're not the only one who's going to learn from that area of life, because everything that I talked about is going to deal with other folks who are trying to figure out too, and it's happening to them too.
Right, and the actual happening could literally take, for one person, 3 months to unfold, depending on where you are and where the universe has to get you. So it's not like we have an eclipse and then the next day, bam, it all happens. Isn't it said that it's actually like a 6-month window of time until the next eclipse cycle? Is that how you look at it? Yes, that's the cycle.
Well, all the full moons and new moon cycles. So, like, for instance, when I was speaking to, if let's say the new moon fell in your area of committed relationships, meaning things might take a new level, that doesn't mean the next day you're proposing. Right. That might mean that those thought processes come in, that you're feeling like you want to move. So, yes, it's a fluid energy, and it doesn't happen immediately, and it will be over the next few months where you'll just find your life is focusing there.
Yes, perfect. Well, Stacy, sounds like we're going to have a lot to talk about in the very near future as we get ready. It's going to be a busy month of eclipses, and they're going to just kind of bookend us. So we're going to just feel bam, bam, and we're going to see what's going to manifest. So parting advice for everyone before we bid you farewell? What's the statement or feeling you want to leave everyone, regardless of their sign, so that they can be prepared?
No matter what you experience, and we all experience this in different versions, you must hold on to the faith of knowing ultimately there is no bad in your life. Ultimately, the Spirit and God has our backs, and ultimately it's for our greater good. We're still here talking. You've survived many things in your life and learned a lot from it. So this will be no different. So no matter how crazy it gets or whatever these eclipses throw you, hold on to the faith that you will understand later on exactly why this happened and how it brought you to a new place. You might not know it today, and you might not know it in a couple of months, but you will know it as it unfolds for you. So hang in there and have faith that the angels and the guides and spirits, they have our back. Okay. That's my parting message.
Great, Stacey. Thank you so much. We appreciate you taking the time to prep and get ready for all of us and open up our window of information so that we most certainly know what door is going to close, what door we can expect to open, so we can just navigate life as need be. If you are looking for a personal session with Stacey Holler, you can go to destinyinthestars.com. That's where you're going to find her. You'll find all the offerings of the charts that she offers you, and really check in. And if you're a Leo, no better time to see what this year is going to bring in its totality, not just the month, but the whole year. You can check in with Stacey and get your astrological chart done. If you're an upcoming Virgo, no better time to know what's coming up. Let's take a look at those charts and really plan this close of 2026 coming into 2027. I can't stress to everyone enough. So much is going on in the world, and you really need to know where you want to be and what you want to manifest so that whatever happens, you're always on track and you're always in the perfect place at the perfect time, doing the perfect thing. Thank you again, Stacy. We appreciate you, and we will ideally see you next month right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
Great being here, and I look forward to seeing you all next month, too.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
866-972-7247. We are welcoming your questions right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And if you want to connect with Stacy, go to destinyinthestars.com. I can't stress enough. Go ahead and register for your opportunity to find out all about your astrological sign and what you're here for and what this year means to you. We're going to take a quick message from our sponsors, Lickety Split, and then we're coming right back to get to all of our phone calls right here. So if you're on hold, please don't hang up. We are coming. Stay with us. We'll be right back here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah on the True Oldies. Stay with us.
Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have
Spiritual, and we're so glad to have you here joining us. And special thanks to Stacey, who popped on in and gave us that rock around the astrological clock. DestinyandTheStars.com will get you an appointment with Stacey Haller, and SarahSpiritual.com will get you an appointment with me. Do you want your own personal session with me, Sarah Spiritual? Pop on over there. You want to check out the products that I create? You can find some of them at SarahSpiritual.com, or go to the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach and hang out with us. I always love when people fly in from out of town and they're like, I'm only here for 2 days. And I'm like, well, come on by, because we want to see you at the Expedito Enlightenment Center, where Sarah Spiritual gets to hang out and do sessions with all of you, and I get to handcraft my products in my beautiful product room. It's so fabulous to do that. We're going to go to our phone lines, and as we go to our phone lines, we are going to go to Elizabeth, and Elizabeth is in New Jersey. Elizabeth, how are you tonight? Are you with us,
Hello,
Miss
Sarah.
Elizabeth?
How are you?
Hello. Good. Good to have you here with us.
Yes, good to hear your voice again.
Thank you.
I
Thank
just
you.
popped up to see what my guides what my guides need to tell me, if they need to give me any messages.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you're just kind of, there's almost like a sense of you're kind of coming into yourself, Elizabeth. Like, I feel like so much time over the past years, recent years, not necessarily these 2 years, but in the recent years, we had a lot that we had to handle, a lot we had to look after, right? And now it may feel a little weird because we don't have quite the same amount of responsibilities and caring for others that we did. But they want you to know that, it's your turn now, and it's your turn to really indulge in things that bring you happiness and joy, and finding those fun moments, and really exploring that work-life balance, and making sure that we have the job or jobs that we like, right? So whatever you choose to do, we want to do it with intention, and it has to be purposeful. And your guide tells me that it's very important that you live with purpose, right? Everything you do is very intentional. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. When I was first connecting with you, do you have like a dress or a house dress or something that was your mother's, please? Did you keep an article of clothing like that?
A what now?
Like a house dress or a dress of hers? Something she used to wear, like around the house. Do you have that?
It's like it's a dress, it's a pajamas, but and I wear it. Yes.
You wear it. Okay. Well, thank you for that. Because, when I was talking to you, the minute I started talking to you, right, I was branching out these lines, and these lines were showing me here, as I show on this camera here, that, I was like, oh my God, she can go here and Elizabeth can go there, and there's opportunities and connections, right? And all of a sudden I draw this line, and I drew a circle, and I have it say mom. And then as I'm, connecting to your mom, she's just showing me, she's flashing me, and she's showing me this dress. And this dress is, like something you wear in the house. So it wasn't like a dressy dress. It was like a house coat, or, something that you wear comfortable in the house. And she was just kind of flashing me this kind of comfortable housewear. And that's something that you wear. So thank you for sharing that with me, because it's like you're wearing that bonds you, binds you, connects you to her. Does this make sense to you? And like you feel closer to her when you have that on, or you're with it, right? Is that correct?
Yes, it's more like a pajama, but it's a dress pajama.
Understood.
And,
no, I see it. Yeah.
And it does.
Yeah.
When I put it on, I think about her.
You think about her. And, all right, here we go. We're going to really get crazy now. When we're like little, we have a little blanket, right? And we have the blanket, right? And we hold the blanket. And, for you, it's like your little security, right? It's like, okay, mom's still here. She's not here, but I can still feel her. I can still smell her. She's here, right? So it's that feeling here. and it brings her closer
Right.
to you. And so when you put that on, and whether it was yesterday, today, or the day before, whatever was recent with that particular pajama dress that you were wearing, she's bringing that to my attention because she's aware of that, right? And she's bringing that in so that you know she's with you, and that what your intention is to, acknowledge her in that moment is most certainly working, because she's showing it to me. So she wanted me to share that with you as, as I was kind of branching out and running down the track of like, okay, guess what, Elizabeth, we've got all these great things coming, and, it's really time for you to put yourself as a priority. And I feel like we have said that to you before, and you're learning. You're a slow learner when it comes to putting yourself first, but you're learning. And this is important.
Yep.
And as you do that, more and more things are going to line up for you. It's about quality, right? It's not about quantity. It's about quality. It's about experiences and remembering things that stay with you. Someone I talked to earlier, actually Maria, who does my nails, she says her birthday is coming up, and she said, I like to do things that are experiences more than, having a present at this point in my life. She goes, I want to have an experience. And, for you, the universe, your guides and angels, they want you to have experiences to talk about, memories to go back and honor. So that's very important. Are we doing some movement in our work here? Because I feel like, I don't know, some kind of shift in work. Are we changing hours or changing something in our work right now?
Yes, I wasn't working for a while. I went back to school. I passed everything, schooling, and I went and took my state exam on July 22nd, and I passed.
Yeah.
And I have an interview on Monday.
No wonder I see things coming for you. No wonder I got all these like pathways and lines, and it's your turn, honey. It's finally here. Finally here.
Yes, because you have, I learned the hard way that you have to just have faith.
You have to have faith.
No matter how bad things get.
But you put everything together.
Yeah, so.
You put everything together. Now, why am I hearing something about a house? So, did you care for your parents in your house or in their house? Why are they talking about a house? They're showing me a house. Or did something happen with their house?
A house?
Yeah. What went on with the house?
They had a house in Pembroke Pines.
Okay.
They sold the house.
Okay.
My mother went to live with my sister.
Okay.
I was there when she passed. She had hospice in the house. My father had hospice in the other house that they owned.
In the other house they
I was
owned.
there too. And
so where's that other house? Where's the other house? We sold that other house too?
No, the other house where my mom died, that's my sister's house. She's still there. She lives in Royal Palm Beach.
Okay, got it. All right, great. Yeah, because Mom's talking about a house. Do you know if your sister's doing something to her house, or your Mom's talking about the house? So I don't know what she's trying to say, but she's showing me the house.
Well, last time I spoke to my sister, she took down a fence that she had. She was doing the whole backyard. She was, redoing the around the pool, the cement and all of that.
All right,
That's
so
all
you
I
can
know.
tell your sister your mother's spying on her. Okay, because she's right there at the house. All right, so she better do it.
Because her sister. Huh?
Your mother's
No,
like,
because I was gonna.
she's got to do it the way your mother wants. Okay, you better be sure of that. Even though your mom's not here, she's like, she better do it right.
I need to tell her that, though. Yeah, and she's probably there also because my sister took in my mom's sister. And she's staying in the same room that my mom used to stay in.
Get out of town. No wonder they're
And
talking
she's
about the
sick,
house.
too.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But, the gang's all there. Let me tell you. Okay. So, if her.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
If her sister, your mom's sister, starts saying she thought she could have sworn she saw your mom. Don't anyone tell her she crazy, because she not crazy, because mom is in the house. Okay, mom is hanging out. Not literally, but her spirit, her energy is there. She wants to make her presence known. She's spying. Sometimes when I say things like that, people are like, oh my God, what do you mean? No, she's there to watch. She's there to observe, to be a part of it, to comfort people, to be in appreciation and gratitude for what your sister is doing for her sister. She's there to observe the changes, and she's acknowledging the changes and your sister's efforts to kind of clear things up and get things in order, and really both of you got very distracted in all the things that were going on when your parents were sick, right? So a lot of things got put to the wayside. We didn't get them done, and so now both you and your sister, you're getting your lives back, and you're just getting yourself back on a different path, right? Because we're not in that mode of caretaking, although your sister is still caring for your mom's sister. So it's a very interesting shift in time, especially for you, because I feel good about this interview. I feel like you're ready. And, congratulations on passing the test. I do remember we talked about you. I don't remember exactly what we said, but as we were in this conversation, I'm like, oh yeah, we talked about her advancing herself. And I see these opportunities unfolding for you. So here we are, we're turning the corner. We're ready for some new beginnings, and, feeling a little more financially sound for yourself is very important.
Yes. Yes. I wanted to tell you, yesterday, I felt her. I've been feeling her and my father a lot.
Yeah.
I think they take turns going back and forth.
They do.
That's what they go to Jersey, they go to Royal Palm, they come back, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere, and they're kind of, I've kind of learned from Spirit, the kind of omnipresent, and it's like, because I even said once to someone, I was like, well, okay, when we move, like, how do they know where to find us? And it's like, it's like Spirit GPS. They got it. They know where we are. We cannot hide, right? So they have us, and they know where you are, and it's a very powerful time. Does your mother have a brother? Your father have a brother? Someone's talking to me about a brother. Who's the brother in this story? Is there a brother that we need to address here, please?
Well, it's just me and my sister.
Right.
And
does mom have a brother who passed?
Both of my parents' brothers are dead.
Okay. So I've got a brother. They're talking to me about a brother. So this is the brother on the other side. I place it on the mom's side of the family because mom seems to be the more talkative right now. She's talking about a brother. So was there one brother that was either closer in age or closer to her, please? Because this is how she positions him, like kind of right next to her.
Well, yeah, when she was little, there was a brother that was smaller than her, and they were like together all the time.
Okay.
And unfortunately, he passed when he was in his 3s, 2s, 5s,
4
or
years.
something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that little brother,
he was little.
Yeah, that little one, that's younger than her, but was very close to her at that time for that period of time. He's standing right next to her. So even though he's been gone for quite a while, we're acknowledging that energy here. Okay. So we thank you.
As a matter of fact, I had a dream, and when I went, I knew where I was going in my dream to see my mother. When my mother opened the door, she had a little boy in her hands.
Yeah, and that's her brother. Okay, so
I don't know if that's the boy.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Because out of all the things for me to say, how am I going to go down the brother path?
Yeah.
Right? And here you are, you had a dream.
He's not even mentioned at all. And I got chills all over me.
Yeah.
Right
now. And so I would imagine the reason why she's showing me the brother, right? Because they have a reason for everything they do on the other side. It's just up for us to interpret, me to interpret and relay the message as best as I see it, feel it, hear it. And so they show me the brother, and this feeling that I get is, this closeness. But she was like pushing a brother. Even when you and I were talking about your sister caring for her sister, I kept hearing brother, brother, brother. And I'm like, in my head, my other side of my head, my other spirit guides are making me feel like, well, they don't have a brother. Like, this is what I'm feeling, right? But your mother keeps going, brother, brother, brother. So, of course, she's going to be very pushy when it comes to mentioning brother, because she wants to confirm to you that she has her brother, the same one you dreamt of. How could we possibly know that? We cannot. But she wants to
See
connect
that
the
because
dots
she
for
has
you.
2 other brothers that passed, and that's not the one that I seen.
In the
None of
dream.
them did I
Yeah.
see in that day. I seen a little boy in her arms, and that's the feeling that I got in my heart, that was her little brother.
And from her heart to your heart, she's confirming, girl, you know exactly what you're doing. Matter of fact, you want to come fill in for me one night? Because I can take a break, you know. We'll let you interpret dreams, right? You
What I need
know
to
what
do
you're
is
doing. So
I need to come see you. That's what I need.
Well, I would
I need
love
to
that,
come see you.
Elizabeth. All right. Well, when you pop on over to Royal Palm Beach and hang out with your sister, you know, I used to live in Royal Palm for quite a long time, so I love it there. It's a beautiful part of Florida, just in a different section here. But absolutely, come see me. I'd love to see you. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for your call. Congratulations on your
Thank you.
accomplishment, and we know great things are coming for you. Bye for now.
Thank you so much. God
You're
bless
welcome.
you. Thank
God
you.
bless you. Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to go to Tiffany, and Tiffany is in Portland. Tiffany, thank you so much. Good to have you join us here. Are you with us, Tiffany?
Yeah, nice to hear your voice.
Good to hear your voice, Tiffany. Thank
I
you so
am.
much
Can
for
you hear me?
calling.
Okay, great.
Good, good. So it's been a little while since we've talked, yes?
Yeah, it has been probably a year.
Probably a year. So I'm going to probably trip you out. You ready? 2 weeks ago. I don't know what was going on with you 2 weeks ago, but you crossed my mind, right? And I'm like, who's that girl on the West Coast? Like Oregon, Portland, somewhere over there. Because I don't really remember all these details. Like anyone who works with me will tell you, they're like, I'll be like, let me tell you what I'm seeing. Now, who is this person? Where would I know them from? Like, they're like, Sarah, that's the person you read on the phone back in da-da-da in 2021 and 2020. I'm like, oh, that person. You.
Oh my God, that's so great. I love it.
Crossed my mind like 2 weeks ago. So I don't know if you were thinking of calling or, you know, something was going on. But 2 weeks ago, I'm like, Oregon. Why I got to talk to someone from
awesome.
Oregon.
Yes.
So what's
I have
going
been,
on?
and I'm so grateful tonight to be able to have this space in the privacy to be able to give you a call tonight.
Yes, wonderful.
It's wonderful.
So, Miss Tiffany, what's on your mind? What's your question? How can we best assist you?
Oh, I love it. Well, I think the biggest thing is that I've been going through so much transition within my family, and my mother and my sister in particular. And I've been suffering from headaches for about a year as well. Chronic headaches that are finally starting to get some relief, but I'm trying to see if there's anything that I need to release or work on within that realm that is showing up. And I'm also just like super financially a little stressed out. But there's been a lot of just letting go and not necessarily having closure, but the need to let go and let things just slough off and stay in gratitude for all that's been experienced, but move forward.
Because
so I'm just holding that, and
Right, you've gone through this total remake of yourself. Is that correct? From work and everything. Is that correct? Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a daughter. You have a daughter, yes?
Yes, I have 3.
And your daughter, but one of your daughters went through a lot, has gone through a lot, and I believe you and I have talked about that daughter, yes, before?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So she's gone through quite a bit in this time as well, right? It's not just your mom, your sister, and she's been going through that, but she's been evolving through some of the things that were weighing her down from the past, yes? From the past 2 years. Is that true?
Absolutely. Okay. Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to tell you, it was the connection between you and your daughter that brought me to thinking of you. So I don't know what your daughter's recently accomplished or working on right now, but know that the spirit guides and the angels are supporting her to kind of pull herself up and out once and for all, if that resonates with you and is clear enough for you, because that's what they say to me.
I love hearing that, and it's so true. Like she's finally smiling again. Like she's a fashion designer, and she's beautiful and brilliant, and finally finding that love and joy and worth to really trust her success.
And she's on the path of success.
So I love
so
that.
Please know that it's coming, and she just needs to be steadfast and focus and stay in her creative flow, and what is meant to be will be in the time that it's meant to be, and for her to just trust that process and not get down on herself and backslide, and she's going to catapult. I mean, there's a great opportunity coming for her. So she's got to stay focused, and she can't go back down into the abyss and go into the wobble. Okay, so eye on the goal, in alignment with the frequency and the creativity, and then everything will come together for her. So yes, Miss Tiffany, when I look at the energy here, this for you is a new beginning time. But we also need to take a look at your mom and your sister, and we need to kind of find the better balance and rhythm, because when I look at you and I look at your mom and I look at your sister, and I don't know their birthdays, but I feel their energy. We got 3 totally different people trying to operate as family. Like, really?
That's a true statement.
All right. So here we are. And, everybody's got to learn to let everybody be and be who they are. And my guides tell me that you have been known to overcompensate to make sure everybody's okay. And we cannot do that anymore. Okay.
Heard.
So it's, you have to hold your boundaries, stay in that line. What is the specific question? Because they kind of have like this energy around your mother. What is the specific question on your mom, please?
I think the specific question for me that comes up is, I'm wanting to start a podcast and dive more in and share stories of our past and all the things that have come up, but I have continued to stop myself out of holding like her shame and her secrets rather than exposing it on a layer that like is my side of the story. And I don't know if now is the right time to do that, or if I should navigate and share other stories and let that kind of unfold on its own.
Yes. So I've got the answer. I've got the answer for you. So let me drill you right to the front of the line. Are you ready? There's a way to tell every story without your mom's guilt or shame being involved. There's a way to use an example without everybody always knowing that every story pertains to you. You don't have to speak as if it's all what you experience. There's a way to present it without it being directed in a way that we can talk about mom. Like we can share the concept of what you endured and what you guys shared and what the hiccups may have been without pointing a finger and people drawing a conclusion that it's your mom. Now, if people know you personally, they might be like, oh, that's her mom. But, there's a way. And yes, you start with other stories. You start with the outer circle of information, and then you get closer and closer and closer. And you express these things and build your following and share with others, right? Because you get to be the teacher based through your experiences. You get to share with other people because we all put our shoes on one foot at a time. And so other people will be able to relate to you. And it's also an integral part of your healing. So we do not want you to put it off, poo-poo it, step aside, don't make excuses. You're worrying about it from a position of, hurting your mom or causing a rift. It's not about that. It's about you have a platform, you have a message, and you're going to take it out. And I guarantee you, if you meditate and you pray before you do these podcasts, you will say it in the best possible way, the most articulate way that doesn't really cast as much doubt, shame, and guilt on anyone, you see. So there's a way to do this. So this year for you, especially as we get closer to your birthday, so I do encourage you to prep, to get ready to launch this. And We want to have it launched around our birthday, around the beginning of the year. It gives you a couple of months to kind of prepare and get some things together. We're not telling you that to put off. We're asking you to journal. We're
Right.
asking you to come up with topics. We're asking you to see where would I like to start? What's a gentle way to open this door and build a caravan of people who are going to be relatable to this. And then we build the following, and then we're going to share and we're going to educate people. And I'm going to heal, and others are going to heal through my healing as I talk about it. And ideally, everyone will heal together.
Awesome. I can handle that.
I know you can handle that. You've been on my mind, so
I love that.
And it's
that
it's
means a lot
crazy.
to me.
We're crazy when that stuff happens to me because I'm like, what is going on? So, but trust the process.
Well,
you are on track. Your daughter's going to do spectacular things, and for this minute, we have to be complete because I'm getting ready to pop off to end the show. But I appreciate your calling, and whoever sent the signal first, I got you. And here we are. I'm so glad that you're part of this.
I feel it, and I really admire and appreciate you so much. Be well,
Thank
and
you.
I hold you in much gratitude and love.
All right, my pleasure, Tiffany. Bye for now. Bye.
Thank you, Sarah. Take good care. Bye.
866-972-7247. If we did not get to your call tonight, I'm bummed. You're bummed. I know, we're bummed. But for this minute, we have to pop off and get ready to close out the show. So call us back next week. I would love to talk to you. Don't forget us. We'll be here for the 824th live show, Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. So we look forward to talking to you. And if you didn't pick up the phone and if you weren't on hold, but you want to join our train, our bandwagon that's leaving the station here and heading off for healing and connection with spirit and your angels and your guides and your loved ones. I'm so grateful for the loved ones that have popped in with us tonight. They shared this experience with us. We couldn't ask for a better group of angels, guides, and loved ones. Thank you for sharing your families with me. Thank you for sharing all that you do and your vulnerability here live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. I do appreciate you. If you'd like to connect with me personally, go to sarahspiritual.com. In person, video, phone, we got it all. Love to talk to you. For this minute, we bid you good night. We will see you next Wednesday night. So farewell, and I am Sarah Spiritual.
Oh, there's a light that touches hearts. There's a light to open everyone to love.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or